miscellaneous things, and then I'm gonna wait for like 10 minutes to see if anybody comes on. You know, I've been looking at a lot of things. I'm just so disgusted with everything that's going on. You know, just disgusted with everything. I may not even wait 10 minutes to see if somebody comes on. I'm you know, I'm just disgusted with everything. Everything, the way everything is going in this country. I woke up this morning and I woke up exactly at 5:10, and that's when they started coverage to Pope Francis's funeral. So I watched it because I grew up in the Catholic Church, the Catholic Baptist Church. My dad was a Catholic. My mom was a Baptist, Southern, old school Southern Baptist. I went to Catholic school, so I appreciate the religion. I understand it because I went to catechism classes. My mom allowed me, you know, she said she didn't care if I learned the catechism and learned the religion when I was in school. And I so I learned both religions. So I enjoy watching it, and I love the Gregorian chant that they do, which is when they talk in Latin and they sing it in a rhythmic tone. So Trump uh, Trump was there at the funeral, which I don't know. I felt like he shouldn't have been there. He's the most evil man, and the people there, they clapped for President Zelensky. President Zelensky was there at the funeral. Other dignitaries. Um, William represented the king, and King of England. So he he was there. A lot of dignitaries were there. They the crowd clapped for President. Hello, Gunnar. How are you? Good morning. I'm waiting for a few more people to come in. But if you care to chat or have anything you'd like to say, um, it's you're welcome to do so. But I will say, good morning. What am I doing? Well, I'm talking to you and talking to people. I'm waiting for a few more people to come in. And I will tell you this, I am not going to be playing. I have no desire to go back and forth with any MAGA people. Hello, Paisley. Hello, Green Gamer. I'm giving a disclaimer for all who come in. I'm waiting for people to come in to discuss my thing. If you're coming here to spread the MAGA nonsense, to gloat, whatever, I don't have time for it. I don't feel like it. I don't want to do it. But you're welcome to disagree with me as long as it's in a respectable manner. If you have something you'd like to say, you're welcome to put it in the chat. We can discuss it, or you don't have to. And I will also say, um, if you're here and you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like what you hear, please subscribe to my channel. It's things worth knowing at at it's things worth knowing at BIGGIRL underscore 72. That is my channel on YouTube. On YouTube. Thank you, Gunner. Thank you so much. But, and if you're here and you choose not to subscribe to my channel, you are all welcome. But I will not tolerate this Trump and Trump MAGA nonsense and all this other stuff. I am just so, so mad. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer and let more people come in. And I was discussing that I had stayed up and I saw Pope Francis' funeral, and the people in St. Peter's when President Zelensky was there, and he received an ovation from the crowd in St. Peter's Basilica, and it was in Vatican City, in the outside in the area, and Donald Trump, nobody clapped for him, and it was noticed in the comments of the people who were there. You know, I personally thought he shouldn't have went. He should have said Vance, even though Vance, I don't feel Vance is. I feel Vance is about, just about the same as Trump, but who knows? He made who knows what's going on. But anyway, they were there. It was nice and everything. It was really nice. It was nice as funerals go. Yeah, so I had my own feelings about Trump being there. Trump is the epitome of evil, in my opinion. And no one has to agree with me, but I won't allow people being disrespectful and talking things that don't make sense. No, we ain't doing that here. That's not what this is about, you know. So today, uh, I'll be discussing Trump and something he did. He is the biggest liar, and I can't believe how people fell for it. And I don't know if any of you know who Candace Owens is. I've been an opponent of hers for a long, long time, and the black community has given up on her years ago. She was the big supporter of Donald Trump. Now she's saying on her Instagram account, there's her Dr. Richard Ritchie of the what is his channel called? It's part of the Young Turks channel. Anyway, he has a thing of her where she is saying, because I don't follow her. I don't follow her because she was a big supporter of Donald Trump. Now she's disagreeing with Donald Trump, and that for black people, you'll understand it if you care to see it. Go on Instagram and follow her on Instagram, and it will. You'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, she's turning against Trump, and I was kind of like, okay, you're not in his cabinet. That's why you're not a saying. I wonder what you would be like if he had placed you in your in his cabinet. And then I realized she has 3 children, if I'm not mistaken. She's pregnant with her 4th child, and she maybe, and I'm beginning to think maybe she has she's coming aware. She has black children, whether she realizes it or not. Her husband is white, but her children are still considered to be black in this country. In American society, black is black. There's no in between. There's no looking at who's better and who's not. But so she may be having a change of thought. Maybe because of her children, she realizes that Donald Trump is messing up the world for everybody. She said she converted to Catholicism, which her husband is. She said her husband is. She converted to his religion, and maybe she's finding that peace, that inner peace that she did not have before. I don't know, but she has definitely came out against Donald Trump. But calling him a grifter when she herself was once a grifter. But everybody's entitled to change. But today I want to speak about Donald Trump decommitting money to HBCUs. They will not give HBCUs any money. And if anybody doesn't know what an HBCU is, it's a college that is historically black. And because of that, people think that the only people who can go to these colleges at HBCU is it has you can only go there if you're black. That is not true. Eight, they're they're considered why they're HBCUs, which stands for Historic Black Colleges and Universities. They were started in the early 1800s during Jim Crow and segregation. They were schools started by former slaves, one of them being Mary McLeod Bethune, who was the founder of Bethune College, and which eventually became Bethune Cookman College in Florida. And she founded she founded that college, and it was for black women. Started out very small, but white people can go to HBCUs. There's nothing in their charter that says only black students are allowed. And there has been white people who have gone to HBCUs, namely Grambling. There was a white football player he played for, Coach Eddie Robinson, who was the most winning college football coach during his era, which was in the the 1950s, 1960s, and Grambling College had a white football player on their team, which was a black school, and he went during the civil rights era. So that's a misconception that people have. But anyway, in 1921, a group of black college presidents gathered at the White House, took a picture with Donald Trump, and Donald Trump committed to giving a specific amount of money, which I don't remember. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but I do know he committed a certain amount of money to the HBCUs, which were there's a term for were granted money. Hey, Mr. Donnie, how are you? How are you? Yeah, I'm glad you're here. If anybody starts doing the crazy, you know what I'm talking about. That's why I gave you that wrench. Just take them out. Just take them off, because I'm not with it today. I'm not with it at all. But anyway, they're land grants. The HBCUs have land grants. They were given land grants, and that's how they formed their college, and they funded themselves like Fisk University in Tennessee. They had the Jubilee Singers. So if you know, that's a little history. I'll give you a little history that my mom told me. The Fisk Jubilee Singers would go all over. They even went out of the country, went to overseas to Europe, and would sing to raise money for the college, to colleges. And the marching bands put on shows to raise money to support the HBCUs. And so these are different things that people don't know. But people don't know that HBCUs are not only for black students, it's for anybody who qualifies and would like to go to these schools. And Donald Trump in not 1921, in 2021, had a group of black college presidents came, and he committed a certain amount of money to to he committed a certain amount of money to them to in support that he was going to support funding them because he asked the black presidents, "Why are you guys here? Why do you come back every year?" And they explained to him they were underfunded and uh, so getting to the point of the story is now Donald Trump has rescinded that offer and states that he will not fund HBCUs, that he's not going to fund them. But, excuse me, there's one thing that people need to know. Donald Trump is not writing these laws. It's that little weasel, Stephen Smith. The weasel. I call him the weasel. Yes, I do. I call him the weasel. He sits there, he's writing this. He's a racist little. I can't say the things I want to say because I don't want my channel to get a strike, and because I tend to say something. But that little weasel, he's very racist. He's a white supremacist. He don't like nothing. He don't like nobody unless they white. But anyway, he they're not gonna do it. Now, he got all these black people and all these black MAGA people. I don't get it. Diamond and Silk. One of them died. I don't know which one died, but I haven't heard anything from anybody. Um, any of these MAGA people. Nobody is stepping in there to tell Donald Trump, say, hey man, what's going on? What are y'all doing? None of these MAGAs, they're still supporting this man. These black Republicans are still reporting this racist regime, you know. So why? Why is, why isn't anybody sticking up for them? Everybody's going for Harvard University. Even Candace Owens, who was a staunch supporter of Donald Trump when George Floyd was being killed, she helped destroy the Black Lives Matters, Patrice Colors, and all of that. All of these things. Now all of a sudden she's turning against her. Even she sees, and I don't care for her. I don't care for the girl because you could be a sellout one time. Now all of a sudden you can't. But I feel it's because she has children. She's pregnant with her fourth child. So she's seeing that Donald Trump is screwing the country. He's screwing up the country. You know, he's messing up the country. You got Stephen Smith, who is his aide, who is telling him all this racist stuff, Christian nationalism, and all of that bull mess that's going on. But you know, so he's doing all of that. People, I'm saying this to all people. I'm going to be doing this all year and all of next year so people understand. If they don't take Donald Trump out of office using the 25th Amendment because he's deteriorating more so than he was before, than he was 5 years ago. He's just his mind is deteriorating, and he's in the first stages of Alzheimer's. I've worked with people like Alzheimer's patients, so I kind of know the signs of it. And he has his good days and his bad days. And I'm going to be saying this, and I need people to understand when the midterms come, everyone needs to go out and vote. All of those MAGA people, because Marjorie Taylor Greene, for one, she's up for re-election. She's actually running to get into the United States Senate. So, oof, I can imagine what that would be if she gets it. She's running against John Ossoff from Georgia. He's up for re-election. So we've got to beat her, and this is a chance to get her out of office. Vote her out. She has done nothing but cause trouble, lie, and stick to the lies that Donald Trump. In this stage, 5 years later, she's still going on whatever platform she goes on and still telling people that that Donald Trump won the election, it was stolen, and that's how Joe Biden got it, and how all that old stupid mess they was talking about, and how it is. So she's one that needs to go. That John F. Kennedy from Louisiana, he looking like Daffy Duck, sounded like Daffy Duck to me. He was a Democrat, switched to the Republican Party, and done with damn fool. So he needs to go too. All of them need to go. Anybody that's a loyalist to Donald Trump and they're up for election, they need to be voted out. That's the only way. If they don't get him out by use the 25th Amendment to get Donald Trump out, then it's going to have to be at the midterms. But Donald Trump should not get served but 2 years. No more than 2 years. And when he gets after the midterms, he needs to be taken out. And he definitely doesn't need to be allowed to try to get a third term. What the hell is wrong with people? We are trying to tell you, nobody wanted to vote for the black lady. Nobody wanted Kamala because she was a woman. Oh, she's not black. And these FBAs, in case you don't know what an FBA is, that's the so-called foundationally black American people, and black people in general. Black people. Black in America is black. It ain't no foundational, no in-between or what. In America, black is black. Whether you're a Caribbean black, a European black, Alaskan black, Israeli black, black in America is black. And to this administration, Republican Party, now the MAGA Republican Party, you ain't shit. I'm gonna say it. You ain't shit to them. They're a bunch of racists, a bunch of white supremacists in office. So everybody needs to go out, even if you don't particularly care for the person who's running, and vote them out and vote in people who you know will get Donald Trump out. Donald Trump does not need to go 4 years. The American people cannot take Donald Trump for 4 years. And Donald Trump isn't even the one who's running the country. It's that darn Stephen Miller, who is actually I forgot the word I was going to say, but he helped write the Project 2025. And that's another thing. We told everybody, we warned the Hispanic people, brown people, don't vote for this man, vote for the woman. She will stand by you for immigration. But no, everybody voted, Hispanics, they all voted for Donald Trump. And especially the Cuban Americans in Florida, how quickly they forgot. I grew up when Fidel Castro took over Cuba from Batista, who was a corrupt leader. He had the mafia was down in Cuba, everything. There's a history behind it. I don't have time to go through it. But I grew up with children. I went to school with children who were a part of Operation Pedro Pan, which was the Peter Pan children. Their parents were rich. Castro wouldn't let them out. They were doctors and things, and Castro wouldn't let them out. but he allowed them to send their children to America and send their children out of the country. And they did. And they came to school. I went to school with them. You guys remember, Cuban people left Cuba and came to America with nothing to get away from Castro. And you voted against someone who who would help your people. How quick people forget. We all forget where we come from. Um, you know, it's crazy. We voted for black people. We told you don't vote for Trump. Everybody, we knew this. I live in the Northeast, and people, which is the part of northeastern New Jersey, and the part of New Jersey I live in is like 20, 30 minutes away from Midtown Manhattan, New York City. So I knew, we already knew, people in the New York area, we already knew what kind of a jackass Trump was. How big a jackass, I don't think any of us realize this. He is not running this country. It's Stephen Miller and all those uh, writers of Project 2025. So, you know, he's not giving any money to my city, the city I live in, because we're a sanctuary city. We're a, we're a sanctuary city, so a democratic sanctuary city, so he won't give us money. It's just crazy because he doesn't like Governor Murphy, which it is his last term in office. So all of the Democratic governors he's going after, and the governor of New Jersey, which is his last term, he has set Elena Haba to be the federal judge in our area, which we all know homegirl is aligned to Donald Trump, and she ain't the brightest of the bright in the lawyers. How she got her law certificate, whatever it is, you get a law license. I don't know, but it is what it is. So they have Citronelli, who is a loyal fan of Trump's running in New Jersey. He has to be beaten. These are the things that people should go out and their um, tell their uh, tell their neighbors, tell their constituents and stuff. In order to get rid of Donald Trump, this is what you're gonna have to do: get rid of his minions, his loyalists. When he said he put people in there that was going to be loyal to him, he was not kidding. This is a bunch of, these people are dumb. And that Carolyn Levitt, she just as dumb as a bag of rocks. A bag of rocks got more brains than Carolyn Levitt. And Pam Bundy, I don't know what her problem is. She going around here threatening people, threatening Jasmine Crockett. She don't want that. She don't want to come up against Jasmine Crockett. This is what we got to do, folks. We got to fight back, fight fire with oil, fight fire with oil. Does anybody got anything they'd like to put in the chat and we can talk about it? Like I said, I don't care if we talk, but we ain't doing the crazy stuff. We ain't doing the Trump is great, Trump is all of that now. We ain't doing that. Because everybody know he ain't the brightest bulb in the lamp. Okay? So, I'm sitting here. I talk longer than I meant to talk, but it's good to talk to people, you know. It's really, really good to talk to a lot of you people. So, that's what, yeah. Anybody have anything they want to talk about? So any questions and stuff? Oh, here's something else I learned too. They got a new thing going. I have to do this myself because I moved and I don't never tell Social Security when I moved because I get you know, I get direct deposited. So, but now if you move, be sure to change your address with the Social Security Administration. I'm not sure if you can do it over the phone or you have to go in, but you need to change your address because if they send you a letter and you do not respond to their letter because you have not changed your address and it didn't go to the right people, they will stop your checks. And if they don't hear from you in a certain amount of time, they will they will completely close your Social Security account. Your SSA benefits will be uh, permanently terminated. I don't know. And if I'm not mistaken, this has something to do with the Ketamine kid, Elon Musk. This is some of his not so bright idea. But if it's in effect, they will do it. We all know they will do it. So be sure to change your address to make sure you get all your correspondence from Social Security. I think that it takes place sometime in May. I'm not sure of the date. I was just too through with that one. You know, it's just terrible. Donald Trump doing all kind of nonsense, and and Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and he is just going in people's personal business. My personal Social Security account is not any of the government's business, and it sure ain't the business of of a crackhead, ketamine taking, drug taking individual. So, you know, but adhere to what they said, especially when it comes to your money, because, we paid into that money. They don't have no right to take that money from us. They believe this is what Trump and Elon Musk believe, that the Social Security program is a Ponzi scheme. No, it isn't, dummies. It's not a Ponzi scheme. People pay into it all their working life. You work while you're young, you get your money back when you get older. It was started by President Roosevelt in the 1930s and during the Depression, because when the Depression came, old people had nothing. If they didn't have family, they had nothing, and they were starving to death. And it was a fund started. So if anything like that ever happened again, when older people got older, it's for them to have money. That's what it was. But now they're claiming it's a Ponzi scheme. No, it's not. But anyway, you know, this is what we're up against. Some of the stuff he's going to do, we're going to have to, go along with it because, hey, it is what it is, because they will do it. And, deporting children, deporting children, unaccompanied children, sending them back to the countries they came from without their parents. Some parents who are still here are still looking for their children. They've lost their children. The government lost their children. It's just a total mess. And what about Peach Hegseth? I can't never get his name right. They replaced O.C. Brown, a four-star black general with who had years of experience, with a drunk who had no experience, who is sending classified information over an unsecure line given there and there. I said this yesterday and I'll say it again. Trump and that administration, they working for Putin. Russia, and I think Russia is even getting sick of Trump because everything he's doing is getting struck down, and he's just bringing too much attention to people. And when crooks, one thing I know about a crook is anybody that's truly a thug, they don't want they don't want the attention brought to them. And Donald Trump is bringing attention to Putin. Everybody knows Putin got a hand in what's going on here, and Donald Trump gave it to him because he has great admiration for Putin, for Russia, and all the nonsense they do it against Ukraine. So that is got a drunk in there who needs to be he needs to be gotten rid of too. But that's the craziness of it. They say they're looking for somebody to replace him. Get O.C. Brown back and give him his job. They didn't like it because he was a black man and he was head of the I always get this thing wrong. The the Joint Chiefs of Staff, which is head of the whole United States military. But they didn't think that because he was a black man, he was a DEI hire again. Hello, Jamie. How are you? Yeah, you can rewind this, and you can go to the to see what we're talking about. Yeah, they put him in there. Get O.C. Brown back, the four-star black general that you claim was a DEI. That's how he got the job. No, dummies. That's not how the Army works. In the Army, any rank you obtain, how he became a general, that's any rank you obtain, you earn it. He earned it. He became the Joint Chiefs of Staff because he was one of the best men to do it. Colin Powell was the first Joint Chief of Staff who made up the life of the military and rose to the rank of general. But because you're black, you have to be DEI higher. And the word DEI now, they can't call us niggas. I don't say the N word. I call it what it is. It's not the N word. They want to call us niggas, but they can't do it. So now they say we're DEI higher. So it's, in my opinion, they're trying to make it seem like black people can't work. They get everything given to them. I've never got a job given to me. And the job I retired from is a job I worked, and we worked hard. We didn't get nothing for free at that job. All of us worked. It's just crazy. But anyway, everybody, if nobody has nothing they want to say, I am going to end this, and anyone can go back and they can look and listen to this. And for those who might be here listening, if you, I have a YouTube channel. It's called Things Worth Knowing, and like for you, if you like what you hear, I'd like for you to subscribe to my channel, Things Worth Knowing, at BIGGIRL_72. And we'll be talking more about this and other subjects. But right now, I'm trying to get people informed of what's going on. So when the midterm election comes, we can get these people out. Let's turn some of these red states blue, and voter suppression laws, they were struck down in the court, the Supreme Court, and even some of the judges that Trump appointed and who he thought would be loyal to them have voted against him in the Supreme Court on Supreme Court decisions. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't get it's a slow process, but the impeachment is coming, and it will really help if his minions, if you get rid of people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. Don't let Marjorie Taylor Greene become a United States Senator. That is what we do not need. John Ossoff, I hope I'm saying his name right. He's the senator, the Jewish senator from Georgia. He ran with Raphael Warnock, and they both won. And it was a historical making thing because you had a black person and a person of the Jewish faith become senators. And we need to keep that in the Senate. So if no one else wants to say anything, I'm going to end this, and I'll be back. Look for more.